So we'll chat for just a few minutes now about looking at this whole issue from the care receiver's point of view. I have had so many caregivers come to me and say, I'm just trying to help, but they're just fighting it tooth and nail, and why are they so resistant to help, and that kind of thing. And I think from a care receiver's point of view, if you kind of turn the tables, if you can become a care receiver for a minute, it's amazing how different things are. I have had some strange health issues within this last year, to the point that I wasn't able to be out of the house. And the house had to be darkened. I had eye problems, and the house had to be darkened, and I had to stay inside, and couldn't drive, and all those kind of things. Couldn't even work on the computer. I mean, it's just been a very strange experience. But what it did, and I think this is the good Lord's plan, what it did was it taught me about being a care receiver. And I didn't like being taught that lesson, but I could see some of the things that I had said so casually to my aunt, as her being the care receiver and me being the caregiver, that I had said sounded pretty hollow when I said it when I was the care receiver. I thought, well, that's a nice little package, but that doesn't work. And I think what we need to be looking at is the idea of not stressing independence so much. I don't know who said independence was the greatest thing in the world, but we should be looking at it in the sense of interdependence. And that's where if I'm a care receiver and I'm giving and taking, I'm depending and helping, whatever it happens to be, that's okay. It doesn't mean that I have to give up all my rights. It doesn't mean I can't make any decisions, but I am depending on someone else, and so it means that I'm going to have to give and take a little bit. It's tricky because I think care receivers, one of the things that they lose in addition to kind of that feeling of independence and all that, is any control of the situation. And nature may have clobbered the care receiver already with physical problems that they can't control and all that, situations they can't control, and then here they are, a family trying to help, and the family's taking over, and the family's trying to control everything. It's a very a thin line where you go to be able to offer support and help without taking over. Now, if the case is someone with, again, dementia or some real issues that a person's not competent, then obviously families need to take a more active role and step in further. But under most circumstances, as hard as it is, we have to let that person make their own decisions in their lives. And there's enough loss of control that, for instance, when I would want to go somewhere, I couldn't just toddle on out and get in the car and go. I had to wait until sometime when Bill or my daughter were there and they'd take me. That is a strange, strange concept. And it taught me that maybe this isn't so easy being a care receiver, because for a lot of us, when we're healthy and well and on that side of it, we say, if somebody come and cook my meals and drive me to the store, and wouldn't it be nice to have somebody taking care of me 24 hours a day? When it starts happening that someone is taking care of you, that's a really weird feeling. And I think that it would be a good idea when you're talking with caregivers to explore the idea of what's the care receiver going through. Become aware. Your parent is not fighting with you just as a matter of principle, just to make it hard on you, that kind of a thing. Your parent may be saying, let me decide things. And so for a lot of situations, you can noodle it around enough that you can give several choices. Maybe your parent can no longer live at home. I mean, just as an example. They just can't. You know that they can't. Now they're not ready to move. Then how do we help them make the move? And so it's important that we look at the issue from the care receiver's point of view.